Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I'm here to share with you some exciting stuff. So I actually have decided to start something new. We are going to see how this goes. So I am doing a free with purchase class. So for everybody that spends $60 or more from now until a week from now, which of course I should have actually, I know it's in the description, but till the 26th on my Stampin' Up website, I'm going to ship you the kit pieces to create a layout for yourself. I'm going to demonstrate it right now. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. So we are in February 2026, which is like crazy to say anyway. So I went with like a love theme. So this doesn't have to be like a Valentine's love theme. I was thinking more like things that you love. So I'm going to shoot you down onto my desk. I'm going to show you the layout. I'm going to show you the supporting documents. I'll show you the kit. We're going to go through the supplies that I've used, and then I'm going to create the layout. Okay, so let's just slightly change the camera angle here. Okay, so I might actually have to turn up some more light. Okay, so this is, like I said, a new series. So it's called Pages That Matter, because the little moments are the big ones, right? And sometimes I think we really forget that, right? You think like you have to document your wedding or a vacation or like family Christmas, right? Some of those big things. But sometimes it's just the little things that are super important to document. And also not just about everybody else, but things about you too, right? So my theme for this month was what I love right now. Okay, so this is the layout I'm going to create right away to help you document it. And like I said, if you place an order of $60 or more, this is what the kit is going to look like. So you're going to supply your base pages so that, right, so this black piece and the white willow piece, if you wanted to change them up too, you could change up your colors. And then these are all the little pieces that I'm going to ship to you. I wanted to show you like a pre-packaged kit so far, right? So you'll get your title, your cardstock, any die cuts, embellishments, ribbon, all of those fun things. So I'm going to put this aside so this kit doesn't spill. But I did want to show you, and I might bring it back at the end when we're all done. Okay, so some of the things you could document on here. There's also a PDF that you will get in your kit that has like some journaling prompts, the QR code to watch the video assembly, the supply list. I feel like I'm talking very fast today. There's a sketch with all the measurements so that if you wanted to use the same layout again on a different project, you totally could, right? By changing your title or changing this into like another journaling spot, another photo slot, all of those things. And then large photos and small photos of my layout. Okay, so here we go. Some of the things you could document on here is what you most love about this season of life, because everybody is in a different season, right? There can be like, one of the things that I actually quite like about the season that I am in is some of the quiet that I have been able to find and be okay in the quiet. Who makes my days better right now? Those could be lots or just one person. What little routine brings us joy? So like whether it's like having a cup of coffee and reading the newspaper by yourself in the morning, gardening, right? Any of those kind of things. What would I miss if it changed tomorrow, and what matters most to you? So those are just some simple ideas of other things you could, like other than the obvious things that you could document on this layout. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way for 1 second. And, well, maybe I'll put it like this. And I'm going to talk about the supplies that I used, right? So you, like I said, you provide your own base pages. So these 2 big pieces just to speed up the shipping and all of that. And it was a good way to be able to start a new program, right? So everything else, like I said, will be included in your kit. But let's just talk about the supplies that I used so you can see how I started. So there is the Splash and Sparkles Designer Series paper. I also used the wood texture 12 by 12 specialty paper. So I did that for the title here. Then for the cardstock colors, there's basic black, white, Bubble Bath, and Timid Tiger. Then for inks, I have Memento, Bubble Bath, and Timid Tiger. Then let's go over the stamps and dies that I used. So I used the Addressed to You, the Banner Sayings, the Joyful Squares bundle, and the Banner Sayings I used the bundle too because I used the punch. Then as far as dies, I used the Endless Love dies and the Party Alpha. I also used the Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. So we're going to emboss our little hearts on here. Then I did also use blending brushes, a 2-inch punch, and then gold embossing powder and Versamark. Okay, so you're going to see me use them all right away. I just wanted to kind of set out the details of the supplies at the beginning. Oh, and then for embellishments, I used the Bubble Bath, and it's 1/8 inch faux linen ribbon. And then this embellishment has actually been my absolute favorite lately. It's the pearlized faceted circles. So you saw in the kit, there's like a strip of those to decorate your layout. Okay. So here we go. I have my stuff ready to go here. I have not done anything yet. The only thing I did was I adhered my photos placeholders onto the mats. So if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. And if you're watching on the replay, I will come back and answer them. If you are watching live, let us know where you are tuning in from. Okay, so let's do some prep steps to get started. So when I wanted to add a title, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to kind of do a technique on the title? You guys know I love the Party Alphas. And so when I picked the wood grain, I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to kind of make them two-tone? So we're going to do that first. These are all my pieces that I have for my left and my right. So I'm just going to put them aside for right now. And I have already cut out my title, not my alpha, from the wood grain paper. So, and what I wanted them to do too was I wanted the coloring to be kind of similar. I'm going to put this piece of like scratch paper under here so it's a little bit easier to see than on my glass mat. And so I let the papers from the sparkles kind of dictate the layout that I created. That's kind of sticky, so I'm not really sure why, but okay, so we're going to start, and I'm going to do the bubble bath and then the timid tiger. And so I just have a blending brush for each. Pick up some of my ink. And I'm just going to get off like my harsh line. And I'm just going to run it down, and I'm going to make it go like farther than I think it will, than I need it. And also you have to remember it's going to look a little bit darker. You can see how much mine's lightened up, right? Because it will dry back. So, but I want my letters kind of in a line still so that I know that they're going to match then when I put them on my layout, right? So I kind of want like not like a harsh line, but the gradient of the color to go through the title in the same way. And I love this. I love the little bit of texture that you can get from some of the specialty papers. And this wood grain one is fun because it could be any kind of wood grain you want it to be, right? You could add like crumb cake to it and it would actually look just like, or pecan pie, right? And you would look more like wood or one of the grays. But I thought it was kind of fun to play with like these two fun colors for something a little bit different. Okay, so we might need more bubble bath. I'll close it up for right now so that I don't have an accident. And now I'll add my timid tiger. And right, I don't want the harshness of right when it comes off. And I'm going to be light with my color. And I'm not really worried about them both being exactly the same. I just want them to be about the same amount up. I'm going to pick up that color off of there. No need to waste it. Okay, and like I said, I'm going to go a little bit heavier because it will all dry back. Okay, so I actually think this is all we need to do with our ink. So I'm actually going to close them up and set them to the side. And I'm just going to grab a wipe. And sorry, I'm going to try not to sniffle. But I came home and of course I got sick right away. That was not in my plan. Okay, so I'm just going to set my letters aside for a minute and we'll do something else. So we've got our title already. So let's put the layers together for our title. And then when it's dry, we'll be all ready to go. So on this side, I only have one 4x6 and there is a mat on it. And I went with the skinny mat because the timid tiger, I didn't want it to kind of overpower the whole layout. So I went with just like a 1/8 inch border. Okay. So for here, I decided on the 3 layers. So I have a piece of black. And all the measurements and everything are on the sketch. So I'm just going to add it to my white layer here. Just going to move that keyboard out of the way so we don't start typing at the same time. And you know what? I'm going to actually pull the right page out of the way because I don't need that right this second. Okay, so we've got our photo spot ready and we're getting this ready. Okay, and then I repeated that really skinny border on our title spot too. Okay. And then we have our letters. And the O I put flush down. And then the other letters, not layers. The other letters I popped up on dimensionals. But so I'm just going to space them out first. So I do have, I want my V to overlap. So I'm going to add my O. And before I push it down, I'm going to make sure, right, all my letters fit the way I want them to. Okay, so for my L, I'm going to add dimensionals, just not right here on this spot where it overlaps. So oops. So, and you won't have to worry about like any of the cutting because I did that all. Okay, so actually we're going to do the V, and I'm just going to not put dimensionals over this little piece here. I thought it was kind of like a fun novel to color combination for things that we love or highlighting things that we love. I really liked the Timid Tiger and the Bubble Bath together. And I don't know that I would have like done that myself. But like I said, I took the lead from the paper. Okay, so we've got our photo ready. We've got our title spot ready. Let's work on these little pieces over here. So let's move this up a little bit. I have one already glued together because I made a mistake. So when I was assembling this layout, I assembled 3 of them together and then realized, oh, I only need 2. Okay, so this is for our top one. We've got 1 heart. We've got the black, the pattern paper. Okay, so we're going to emboss this piece. So I'm actually going to add my frame on here first. Actually, maybe we'll just glue it so that I can center my stamp. Okay. So let's grab a little silicone mat so we don't get glue all over everything. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to emboss this with the gold embossing powder in a moment. And two, right, I pulled the same thing. I pulled the gold out from the designer series paper. Okay, and so here is our third box. Oh my goodness. And you could, like, if you wanted to recreate this with different papers, there would be tons of fun combinations. There's even, you could do it with a different set of the color palette from this paper pack too. Okay, so the two bubble bath hearts, and these are from the Endless Love dies. We're going to emboss them with the embossing folder. And I cannot bring my embossing machine over here. We do not have room. But this is the embossing folder that I used, right? The Hearts of Love. So, and there's obviously direction on this. You could use any embossing folder though. It doesn't have to be this one. I just thought this one kind of matched the whole theme very well, right? So I'm being careful that I'm not putting my heart in upside down, right? Or it will be visible that the hearts are upside down. And so let's just see. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so this is a 3D one, right? So it's a number 1 and then the number 4. Okay, so let's just emboss these. Okay, there we go. Funny, I couldn't get it open. Okay, so we can set that aside. And I added these on with dimensionals. And you could decide which way you want the stripes. I liked them horizontal, but you could, if you would rather, turn them vertical. Okay, so we have this almost ready. So we will add our extra decorations. So for this piece, I have a Timid Tiger piece that I cut with those joyful squares, and I can just add some adhesive on the back and then add my faux tag. What's the name of the paper? It is Sparkles, or no, Splash of Sparkles. So Splash of Sparkles, and it's 167-200. I love this paper. I think you guys have probably seen a few projects on here using it. Okay, so this is my bottom one. I'm going to add a little piece of ribbon. Oh, I already pre-cut my ribbon. So this is more than enough for both sides because I just need a little piece on my tags. But I'm going to grab my fabric scissors. They're behind me, and I keep them in a drawer so that I don't accidentally grab them to cut paper with ever. Okay, so this other half is for our right-hand side. And this is more than enough, right? I want to have more ribbon than I need. So I'm just going to push it through and pull it. Okay, and then this is actually good to go. I'll trim it down once I have it on my layout, right? Okay, so we have one of the squares ready. So let's do the top one. So we just need to stamp the banner with the I am grateful. And right, that came from the banner sayings. And I'm going to use black, but you could also, it would be cute with a color for sure. And this is just a piece of white. Let's just put the lid on our glue though. So okay, so that one. So we're doing the top one there. And I punched this out with the punch. So that's a fun punch too, right? Because it's got the 3 banners. There's 3 different designs. So there's one with a flat end, one that's dovetailed on each side, and then this piece that just has the like point on one end and it's flat on the other. Okay, and I can add a little adhesive here. We can add that across our heart. Okay, so we've got 2 of the squares ready. So then the last one, we just need to do our embossing. So I'm going to just move this out of the way for a second. Put it behind me. So I have my Versamark, and this comes from the Joyful Sayings, Joyful Squares, the stamp set that goes with the dies. And it says, love these days. And I thought that just kind of goes perfectly, right? So, oh my goodness. I can tell I need more Versamark. A new Versamark, or to re-ink this or something. You know, when just like all of a sudden. Okay. So, hopefully we'll make it through this layout. We only have 2 things, I think, that I actually added embossing on. So we might be okay. But I could just tell, just all of a sudden when you start to use it, you can tell that it doesn't feel like as sticky, or like maybe it's got some dead spots. Okay, so there we go. Yes, I can definitely tell I need a new Versamark. I'm just looking for, I was just looking for my brush to clean that little spot off, but I don't see it, so. Okay, so I'm just going to put the lid on this. I'm going to really quickly emboss this. I should have maybe warmed up my tool before I started, but that's okay. But like I said, when I decided on the paper, I decided that I really wanted to play up the little little stripes of gold. So I'm actually applying the heat from the top and the bottom so that I get a little bit less warping. There we go. That's not bad at all. And I'll just clean off some of my extra powder. Okay, so let's see. Do we have everything ready for the left page? I think so. Okay, so the first thing, let's just going to move these pieces off to the side, right? Because we're all ready to go. So I already like the ribbon too, right? I have one strip of the embellishments. And then here's some of those are pre-cut, right? So the timid tiger's on the back and you can see all the fun gold splatter. Then this is the bubble bath piece, and on the back it's really pretty. It's pink and blue and then lots of silver. So I can actually adhere these two pieces together before I start adding it to my layout. So the thinner piece is like half an inch shorter. So there we go. So now I'll add the white onto the black. It's got a nice striking border. I can tell I'm going to run out of adhesive. Okay. So if you want to, you can, and you guys know I do want to, check with my ruler. So yes, I was going to try and go live yesterday, but like I said, I have really not been feeling very well since I got home. So we have to wait one more day. Okay. So then I'm going to set my decorative piece here in the bottom. Because I normally do my lives on Wednesday afternoon, but there was just no way. So, like I said, I'm just hoping to not have to blow my nose 8 times. Okay, there we go. So now you can see everything is going to fit together quite nicely. Okay, so here is my first square for the top corner. And then our like heat embossed piece, our subtitle, whatever you want to call it. Oops, there we go. And then our last square. Okay, and then we'll add our title at the top. That's our photo. That's not a title. Now we'll add the title. And it just fits perfectly in there. Okay, so now we can add the gems. So one big one and a little one and another little one over here. And then I think I have two of the pink ones. And like I said, I loved how these played off the colors of the paper pack. And you can see, right, I'm going to trim this nicely now. And we'll go one there. And one like that. There we go. And now I know the right length for my ribbon. There we go. And our left hand page is all together. So now we can move on to the right page. So here are our pieces. Right, and here's what we're doing. So same thing, I will prepare the pieces first. But we're going to create our journaling spot. And it's got a scallop from that same die and then a tag. We have a banner. Then our photos, right? So 1 4x6 and 3 3x3s. We have those two decorative pieces, which I'll add together again. And then this is our piece where we're going to do our embossing. And then these are our background pieces. So let's start with our heat embossing. So this side, the circle says little snippets of joy, which I thought just kind of went perfect with the title on the other side too, right? Oh, and let's just add a little bit of powder. Let's put the lid on this, which is, I'm assuming, how mine's drying out a little bit. Okay, and let's see if this one went better. Oh, pretty good. I will take it. Okay, so let's put the lid on this, and I'll clean that up after. It should be warm, so it should go pretty quick. So a little bit underneath to warm it up, and then straight down. There we go. Okay, so that is ready to go. Okay, so we'll add these two pieces with dimensionals. Okay, we'll stamp with the black the "You Are Loved." Oh, that's the wrong one. Here's our journal lines. I already put it on the block. Oh, did I do them backwards? No. Maybe I did. Yes, so I did the "You Are Loved" on the other side, so we're going to do the "I'm So Grateful" on this side. All good. We could also switch it out. There's lots of fun little sayings on that stamp set that you could switch out. Okay, so now we need to add the journaling lines. And I actually stamped them, and I used the "Addressed to You" stamp set. Has like the lines for putting on your envelope, right, to add your address. So I just stamped those on here. So I centered them. There we go. So same thing, I can add my ribbon to my little tab. First, right, and then I can adjust it once it's on the page. So I added this piece to the back side of the journaling box. There we go. And then I can add the pink underneath. Just like that. Okay, and then adhere it onto, so I'm going to add a little more adhesive right here too. Just because now I've got like 3 layers of cardstock there, right? Okay, so now this is all ready to go. Okay, and same thing I can do with these 2 pieces, right? There we go. Okay, so now we have everything all ready, and all we have to do is assemble. Okay, so we have, right, the background base, which is black, then the white. You could also, it would be really cute if you splattered onto the background of your white some of the coordinating ink colors. We're going to see if I end up making it through with enough adhesive here. I think it'll be just. Okay. So I can add, right, my decorative piece first. Okay, and then I can go from the bottom up on this one, adding the 3 3x3 photos first. Right, and I'll add 1 on each side, and then my third one will fit snug in here. I can move this over just a little bit. There we go. And then the one in the middle. Or I can do the one in the middle and then move these in a little bit. There we go. So just look for your middle point and then add your other 2 on the other side, on either side, I mean. Okay, so then we have our 4x6. And I'll just line that up like that. And then, right, our journaling spot we're going to build. And I can add this cute little circle, which also plays off of the circles on the paper, right? That's why I wanted to add a circle in here somewhere. So there we go. We'll trim our little ends so I don't forget. That was not a good trim. Let's turn it. There we go. That's better. Okay, and then our banner. Okay, so this is good too, right? Because like even though I stamped the banner pieces opposite, you could write what you're grateful for in your journaling here on this one. So this is the one that says you are loved, and then the one that says I'm so grateful. So all I have to do is add the last few gems on here, and we are done. So don't forget, if you place a $60 order from today, Thursday, February 26th. No, it's not the 26th. We're in 2026. February 19th to next Thursday, I will send you the kit. And all you have to do is provide your base pages. I also don't do any stamping for you. So even if you don't have this stamp set, I'm sure you guys have stamps in your stash that you could use. So right. Oh, here is a look at the documents, right? So there's like an intro page with the supplies, the link to the video, there's a sketch, then there's photos of my layout. And then I was just going to show you, but I knew it would happen. Some pieces fell off my kit. I will double check this one, but these are the pieces that would get shipped to you. So if you guys have any questions, if I missed something, if part went too fast or too slow, let me know. And if you just add the comment in the comments below, I'll come back and address it as soon as possible. Have a great day, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.